Welcome to DIYreefers. Today I'm building a sump for the 40 breeder. This is a 10-gallon sump that I'm building, and it's going to improve the filtration for the system and increase the water volume. So I got everything laid out, got all the different baffles that came with this kit that I ordered offline. It also came with a filter sock and this holder. Well, no, actually, I'm sorry, I got the filter sock separate. There was one with a filter sock that was also available, and at the time I just didn't get it, but then I went back and got the filter sock. So I got the filter sock and the baffles. I also know I needed some aquarium safe silicone, which I got, and I'm pretty much going through right now, just looking at how I'm going to set this up. I actually had to make modifications to the kit. The baffles weren't quite the right size. They were actually too large, and I had to put them on my miter saw and cut them a little bit to make them actually fit inside the 10-gallon, even though they said they were for a 10-gallon sump. So here I am. I'm just getting everything lined up, getting the spacing right. I did make some marks on the aquarium to kind of guide me, just based off how I thought I wanted it, but I ended up making a few minor adjustments anyway. The reason for the sump is to actually, like I said, to improve the total water volume, which is going to increase stability in the tank, and to also help with filtration, and to get the water down to the sump, because it's going to be underneath the aquarium. I'm also going to be building a PVC overflow system. I pretty much went on YouTube and kind of looked at different overflow systems. I saw overflow boxes, drill tanks, all that different kind of stuff, and I pretty much went with what I thought could go with my system, and that was an external overflow. I could go with like one of those hang on the back overflow boxes, but when I started looking them up, the price didn't look good to me, and I looked up the PVC versions, and I just compared them, and I said, well, I'll see if it works. If it does, that's great, and I can save some money. If not, then I guess I just have to bite the bullet and get the overflow box. But I decided to build my own PVC overflow first. So yeah, so like I was saying, the sump is going to increase the filtration and the overall water volume, which is going to help with stability, and the PVC overflow is going to get the water down to the sump. I also have a 400 gallon per hour pump that I'm going to be sending from the sump to get the water back up to the aquarium. The video that I actually got the PVC overflow from said that it should be able to handle the 400 gallon per hour pump with the 1-inch diameter PVC that I'm using. So like I said, I'm just gonna go with it, and we're gonna see if it works. So like I said, here I am, just go ahead, I'm siliconing in the first baffle. It was actually pretty difficult to get these baffles put in and kind of get them lined up. You would think it, just because you got it braced up against something, then it's lined up, but I had to repeatedly go back and make sure everything was straight. Then I had to go in and kind of put in the longer piece of 2x4 that I had, so I could put in that middle baffle, because it's actually raised up before I could even finish doing the first baffle. So I went ahead and kind of got that started, and even when I was gluing everything in here, it was kind of moving around and shifting. I had to continuously go back and kind of straighten it, like I did one side, and then I flip over to the other side and kind of like use something to brace it up on both sides, and it was still like kind of just wobbly, because the baffles need to actually be cut shorter than the width of the tank, and the reason for that is because they say for expansion, so it's not like they fit snugly in there before I could actually start gluing them. So there was actually a small gap between the baffle and the actual the glass wall of the tank. I was able to get it done, but still, the whole time I was doing it, I was thinking I hope I'm not doing this for no reason, and I hope these the silicone actually holds, because it kind of slid so much. And actually, after everything kind of like cured up for a little bit, I went back and I added some silicone. The silicone actually on the packaging suggested that I let this cure for 24 hours. So that's actually what I'm gonna do. Before I even added any water into it, I let it cure. I think I did this, and I didn't go back to it until like the next day in the afternoon. And I did this. This was like at 6 in the morning. So I kind of was getting this done. It was just to get it done. And so with the PVC overflow, I knew that I would actually have to build that too. I didn't really take too much video of me building the PVC overflow. I mean, if you ever looked at the video online and you've seen it 1,000 times, and there's 1,000 different methods that people choose to use to build the PVC overflow with. I mean, I saw different shapes, longer ones, shorter ones, some where it looks like they had who knows how many pipe sections. But I just kind of chose to go with one video, and I made a slight modification just by making it somewhat shorter inside for the piece that will go inside the tank. All right, so I'm actually getting done with the baffles now, and the way it goes is that first baffle all the way to the right, that is where the water is going to initially come down into, and then it goes through the filter sock in there and down through underneath the other baffle. You can actually see where it's kind of raised up now, and it'll go under there, and the water will raise up ever so slightly, and it'll cascade over to the last chamber, and that's where the return pump will be. And so in that first chamber, I have the filter sock and sponges, in which a cheap sponge did come with the baffle kit, but I'm gonna have to get some better sponges to go in there, and also a better filter sock, because that one's pretty see-through. It's not thick at all. And in the next chamber, underneath the baffle, that's where I'll house my my biological filtration, and I'll have the ceramics biological filtration and the carbon filter bag. And then in the last chamber with the return pump, I'll actually put a UV sterilizing light, and I'm just gonna put it in there. I had one from an old filter that I was using, and so I'm just gonna kind of put just the light in there to see if it actually helps. I've seen them in a lot of different other systems, but there's that PVC overflow that I was talking about, and my lines for the return and the overflow line. And so here's the final product now. And there it is. That is the 10-gallon sump on the new 40 breeder. I'm pretty satisfied with the outcome. I think it looks really nice with the system, and I think it's going to improve a lot of the problems that I had with the filtration. And I can't wait to see how it really affects the system. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.